to keep the consistency like this. Yeah, this is awkward. 3, like this is not necessary. So as you can see, you can go over it again. How you doing, and welcome to today's video. So I thought I'll take you through a DIY wax with me and sort of tell you guys things that I've learned along the ways. I have been waxing myself for about a year now. I think the first time I tried to make the DIY sugar wax at home, it worked, and I haven't looked back ever since. So I thought I would share what I've been doing, what not to do and what to do. Before we get into this video, I am not a waxologist. Is that even a word? I'm not one of those, but what I am is somebody that has tried so many things and has finally found a routine that works for her. I give myself the 4 Hollywood, that's what it's called in this country. I don't know what it's called in other countries. So Hollywood is when you get rid of all the hair down there. And I also do my underarm, and one thing I have learnt is not to leave my hair to grow for too long. So I typically wax every 4 to 5 weeks, and obviously the more you wax, the less hair you actually see. So my hair is not even really, I don't have that much hair because I've been waxing for I've been waxing since I was 18 or 17, so what, over like 13 years. You may see that there's not that much hair there compared to what you'd normally see. A couple of things you will need is a mirror. So I'm going to bring my big mirror and use it to block my balcony door so that I'm going to use it to block my balcony window as well, so that nobody can really see me anyway, but just to be on the safe side because it's quite a big mirror. And I also recommend opening up some windows because your skin does sweat when you're waxing for some reason. I think it's just the anticipation of pain. Don't let anyone tell you that waxing doesn't hurt. It doesn't get any less painful with time. Because when I first waxed, I was told, when I first started waxing, I remember my first ever wax appointment, the lady was like, yeah, you know, the more you do it, the less it hurts. It's still the same pain. The pain hasn't changed. It's still the same. Nothing's changed. It still hurts. Sorry about the long intro. So here's my wax. Here's what it looks like. It's still very, very hot, so I'm stylishly sort of waiting for it to cool down. So you want it to be like this sort of gooey texture before you start using it, so like this. And one thing I found is I find it better to put it in this kind of I don't know what material, I don't know what this kind of cup, I don't know what this is, than a mason jar, because when it starts to cool down, it gets thicker. So I like to keep this in a hot water, which you guys will see as I'm doing it. And yes, this is my waxing knife. I don't have the what's it called, I don't have the waxing, you know, the thing that you use to wax. I don't have it, so I'm using this has been my waxing knife for as long as I've been doing it at home. I don't have any waxing strips, so I do use the kitchen towel. And so what I do is I open it up, and with a kitchen towel you can actually separate it twice. So once you open it up, you find you find the gap in between. Hold on, where is this thing? Use a kitchen towel actually if you don't want to, but I prefer to. You can just put the wax on and peel it off with your hands, but I prefer to use the kitchen towel. So I peel it off like this, and then I use the thin side as like my makeshift wax strips basically. We're ready to go in. So I've got my wax. I use the back of the knife, not this knife is not sharp anyway, so it's fine. This is messy business, all right? And I guess in a parlor, when you go to wax in a shop, you have the calming music. You don't have to worry about doing this yourself. I always blow first, and then I go this way up. Whoo, it's a bit hot. As soon as the wax hits me, I start sweating. automatic sweating. So I've got the mirror behind the camera, so if I'm looking that way, that's what I'm looking at. And then I like to coat it all at once. There we go, so I can just get it off in one go. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this knife in some tissue because I've already got wax on it, so I'm gonna wrap it in tissue like this. So if the wax does go on my hand, I can just easily get it off. Armpit hair is not that bad, it's down below that hurts the most. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, oh hold on, let me get okay. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Woo chow! So if you look, let me focus on that so you can actually see. So as you can see, all the hairs have come off. So let's go. So right now the wax is nice and it's hot, but it's not too hot, if that makes sense. And sometimes when I get lazy, when I'm very, very lazy, I use the knife. So basically you can actually literally put the knife on like this and then use the knife to pull it off. You can do that too. So it acts as like a wax strip. So when I've run out of kitchen towel, I use the knife alone as well. 1, 2, 3. This is how much hair came off on this side. If you're a new waxer, I wouldn't wait till there's a lot of hair, because then you're just going to make it more painful for yourself. And also trim your hair down if you do have a lot of hair, but you don't want to trim it down to where the wax won't pick up any hair. Like there's a science behind this. There's a science. You just got to figure out what way you make it work. I'm going to pop the wax in here just to keep it hot now, because I can see that it's starting to sort of cool down a bit and the wax is starting to get a bit thicker. I'm starting to sweat already because I know this is painful, so I'm just going to dust it with a little bit of talcum powder, just a tiny bit of talcum powder. With down there, you want to do the pain. I always get, when it comes to down there, I do the painful part first, which is the lips. Okay, the lips hurt the most. This is the point where I ask myself, is this by force? This is the part, right? So we're gonna go. This is so awkward. This is where your yoga skills need to come into play, okay? All that yoga that you've been doing, all that stretching, this is where you need it. So you wanna really open up your legs, pull open the said area. Oh my God. You can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put your ass into it. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Woo! Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Okay, I'm not going to show you the hair from that region. That would be very, very strange. But trust and believe, it's off. But like I said, this area is probably where I'm sweating. So if you once you start sweating, the wax will not stick, it will come off. You've got to keep that leg nice and high when you're doing this region. Rest it on something if you need to, like really, really open it up. You can put the wax on in small sections, so like you don't have to do, like, you know how I did the armpit and I did the whole thing. You can do little sections. It's probably going to be less painful, like the pain will be short and sweet, as opposed to, but because I've been doing this for a while, I can do larger sections. So that's another tip. Are we ready to go? In 3. In 3. Woo! In 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Woo! Sometimes I ask myself, is it really worth it? Is it worth it? This is very, very awkward, but I feel like a lot of people need to know, so I'm here to deliver. So for the crack, you need to be like in this position. I'm sure you can see a little bit, just a little bit. So you want to be in like a squat position. So squat on your toes, basically. and you're gonna go one cheek at a time. So like one right in, yeah, this is awkward, but this is the position you want to be in, and then just use your imagination to figure out the rest. But you get where I'm coming from. So you want to sort of slap it on one side first and then pull it off, and then the other side and then pull it off. I'm just trying to help. This is so awkward. So we have reached the end of the video. Waxing all complete. I am so happy. I'm just going to show you the after. So this is my armpit, nice and, you know, no hair. And then this is the other side. I like to finish off with some olive oil, and I just put it on the areas that I've waxed, just to help soothe it. So thank you for your time. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any tips when you wax, you can comment them down below, because it might actually help someone else. And thank you very much for watching, and see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.